Blind can't lead the blind, bro.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
gotta have a vision.
Yes, sir.
You gotta follow who got the vision. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
if you
sir.
stuck on stupid, I ain't gonna judge you or have no disrespect for you, but I'm
gonna be over here.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna follow you or take heed to your opinion. You gonna have to follow what I'm doing.
I heard
and
that.
after a while, that way of thinking versus this way of thinking, more people lean toward this way because of the results.
What's good? This is one and only Lazy Love Avenue, and we're back with another episode of Meaningful Discussions. And today, we're talking about stuck on stupid. Are you stuck on stupid? Are you? Anyway, that being said, I'm your host, Avenue.
And Shaq Daddy, the king around here.
All right, like I say, today we're talking about being stuck on stupid.
Intellectuals from different fields, masters of their respective crafts, diagnose the enigma of society as they bond, grow, and laugh through the prescription of meaningful discussion.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know how many of y'all from South. I don't know if they say this up north. I don't know if anybody heard this, but I got it from my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on stupid. And they usually say that when somebody is stuck on stupid, when they keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. If you go back to episode 104, when we was talking about the New Year's resolutions, when people do things and expect the same, expect a different result, but they do the same thing. This is what we mean by being stuck on stupid. So often we do this in our community when it comes down to voting, when it comes down to dating, when it comes down to stereotypes. It's like we enjoy being stuck on stupid. Don't get me wrong. The fried chicken stereotype, it is funny. it is funny. So I'm not talking about that. However, what I'm talking about is the ignorant stereotypes when we feel just because we're from a certain area, we're supposed to just sit there and just let that be. I'm from the hood. I know I don't act like it. I don't talk like it. You can't see it on me. And that's for a good reason, because I'm not a product of my environment. However, we have a lot of people in our community that are okay with being products of the environments. If you look at the state of the music industry right now, you know what I'm saying, with all your skis and everything going on. If you look at the state of the music industry, all I can see is appropriation. You know, and that's the reason why I be irked by a lot of artists that I know that aren't from where I'm from. You know, ain't been through what I've been through, ain't seen what I've seen. And when I mean what I mean, I'm talking about every person that grew up in the ghetto or grew up in poverty knows exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of these artists ain't never experienced that. You know, Mr. Champagne Poppy ain't never experienced this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these other artists, but they love to get on these songs and just act as ignorant and ghetto and, you know what I'm saying, as they want to. And to me, it's just amplifying being stuck on stupid. The fact that women have a chance to really, really make a difference in music, and all I'm hearing is degrading. And it's not a knock. And it kills me when I say that, when we hear people say these things and women get mad and they turn their nose up when you try and speak life into them. Like, it kills me, you know what I'm saying?
See, that comes along with the ignorance we was talking about also, because with that being said, that's what they see as empowering. By
saying freaky stuff and
right. Because they're able to show off their body and throw their ass in a circle, and they got big titties, and all of that stupid stuff is empowering to them because that's all they know. So like I said before in 104, the lack of knowledge or understanding of, like you said earlier, knowing that although you're from this environment, if you really want to be respected in this environment, that personality over there has to stay there, and you have to adapt to this new environment. You can't stay stuck over here or stuck on stupid and expect people to think that you are of some substance over here when you don't act like the people that you're trying to mix and mingle with.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you, and I ain't trying to. It's funny because when Kevin Samuels was around, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was around. Everybody took everything that he said so negatively, only because he spoke so sternly when he said certain things. But it was just basically just trying to get people to hold themselves accountable. If you're saying that you want a millionaire, you got to attract that a millionaire the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're trying to attract them, look at what's going on when it comes down to how many women think men like BBLs. We done say it to you in your face. We don't
really like that.
Just because we eat a little fast food every now and then don't mean we. No. Come on now. And we done told y'all that 100 times. Even before we got to the BBLs, we used to say we don't like makeup. We used to say we don't like the wigs. And we sure ain't never liked them eyelashes.
What the hell is going on with these eyelashes?
Man,
I'm sorry, sidebar. But if y'all don't quit putting them caterpillars on your fucking face.
First of all, bruh.
Because that is too much.
Listen.
I went to the fast food restaurant one time. The girl took my order, and her eyelashes was all that I could focus on. I forgot what I wanted to eat.
Bruh, just imagine waking up and looking at your bed, and you like, I know I ain't got no bugs.
And there's an eyelash sitting on your pillow.
I mean, because I wear glasses, you know what I'm saying? My vision ain't 20/20. It's probably negative 20/20, you know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
Like, I got Stevie Wonder vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wake up and I see dots on pillows and stuff like that. I'm freaking out, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's just the day before, she left her eyelashes, you know what I'm saying? Like, look like a whole nother person, like, and that shit is scary.
Right. When your pillow got an expression, I don't like it.
Pillow winking at you.
Right. Good morning. No, bitch. I'm sorry, but that thing fucked with me. Because I remember times and places where that would happen, and I'd be like, is that a... Oh.
Yeah.
It's an eyelash.
I spent mornings killing eyelashes.
Right.
Like smashing them.
I've walked through towns and places and stores and restaurants, and there'd be a clump of weave on the floor. I'm like, what the... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen.
No.
So.
Stop doing that. If you're bald, be bald. Go ahead and get you a buzz cut, and then let it all be even. Get your little oil treatments and try to let it grow. But
the majority of them don't be bald though.
A lot of them don't be got full, thick hair, just beautiful, curly. Yes. But you want the one that lay down like this, so you get this wig. And then for those of you that have way too much hair for wigs, that little knot that be sitting up the top there and under that wig, we can see that. And I'm gonna tell you ones right now. Stop buying them cheap lace front, because we can see how he lace, and that ain't cute. And then if your skin tone don't match the color what you got going, we see all of that.
And don't get us wrong, fellas. Stop letting the barber put the chalk on you. Okay.
Listen,
there was no crime
every time I get to the car, like, I always have to do this shit and wipe mine off. Because why you put this pencil on me?
First of all, I cut hair, bro. You don't need that.
You don't.
You don't need that. That like
every time they trace my forehead, I be like,
for all you barbers out there, stop. We're not an art project, okay? Just use clippers. Don't spray nothing on nobody's head. Don't put no new hair on it unless they ask, hey, I'm balding. Can you hook me up? Then do it. Hey, I'm going somewhere and I need some chalk on my face. Can you put some chalk on my face? Okay, cool. But if ain't nobody after that shit, check cut people hair.
Just cut their hair.
Okay?
Because you got me soon as I leave out there. When I go home, take a shower, and I wipe that shit the hell off.
You think you dirty as hell? Like, what the fuck? God damn, I ain't to nobody. Oh, that's my forehead. Like.
Okay. Oh, that's my edges. I just rubbed them all. Stop doing that.
Oh. Like, it's bad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a girl with all her fake stuff on and the guy with all his fake stuff on. They hug each other and they,
And they transfer shit. I done gave her a hairline. She done gave me lashes. I got on rouge now and shit. Just be natural.
Yo, we gotta shoot that skit, man. Like, we gotta shoot that skit, bro. Like,
Dang, man.
oh man.
I'm just saying. Okay, so just to get back to it, stuck on stupid. All of the stuff that we just joked about, we're talking about. Okay, don't be going out here expecting to land somebody when you know that ain't what you really look like. Cause soon as they see what you look like, they're gonna be terrified and they're gonna run. They ain't gonna want to be there with that. Be you, cause there's somebody out there will like you. I promise he is. Their self-esteem low too. Stop laughing. It wasn't supposed to be a joke, bro. Also, when it comes down to making decisions, if you're looking for a man, you're looking for a girl, you done went to the bar and done found 6 that ain't work, stop going to the damn bar. They ain't there.
Yeah.
They somewhere else. You keep going to get these same little jobs that you feel like this is the only job you qualify because you don't want to look for nothing else. So you just go on applying for these stupid jobs and you keep losing the job. You always have a problem at the job. You never can stand the job. You never stay there long enough. Them type job don't look for. You know how many shit out here for do? It's too much thing out here to do, and you keep going to the same stupid job that you know you don't even like. There is something that you like to do. I promise there is. Whether it's surfing the internet on your cell phone, cooking, or whatever you like to do. Find something to do what you like to do. That way you stay there, you enjoy it when you go, and you won't have to worry about not having money because you lost a job or they checked too little and all that nonsense. Okay, lastly, when it comes down to what it is you truly want in life. If you notice that being the ratchet and you want that for the last 5 years, you done made the resolution and every year you don't never make it because you feel like the more fake I put on, the better my chances is, and that ain't how it work. You gotta be you because there's only going to get you to your destiny if you are truly in love with you. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, that's a plan and a destiny for somebody that ain't you.
Now keep in mind, when you say being you, that doesn't mean your environment. To the people that,
Right.
love saying, I act this way because this is where I'm from.
No, that ain't even
Being
your stilo.
you ain't got nothing to do with where you from.
I promise, if you ain't start doing that when you've been in elementary school, it ain't you now.
And if you're not in the same place,
Stop doing that.
gotta grow. And that's what we mean by being like getting off being stuck on stupid. Even go down to the voting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
We can't keep going to Democrat if the Democrat them ain't doing what we need them to do. That's all I'm saying. We ain't necessarily saying you got to go with the fool up one on the other side either.
Yeah,
but there are
it's other
levels
options.
to it. There's the liberals. There's all types of other candidates and people that we could support. But we only go with the biggest ones because it's just like the fashion and the cars and the stuff like that. Y'all go with the big name instead of what's going to really benefit you.
but that's just being stuck on stupid.
Thank you.
If you wait to hear about a candidate, the election happens every time. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going to happen every 4 years. Like right now, it's election year. You know it's election year. But I guarantee you, the majority of us have not did any research as far as finding out which candidates is running. Only thing we concerned about is whether we're gonna vote for Trump or we're gonna vote for Biden. And I don't understand it. You clearly see that the Democrats ain't did nothing for you. But I'm not trying to tell you which way to vote. And that doesn't mean to vote Republican. There are other options. There are other options. Stop waiting to the last minute to sit there and go and do other stuff. There are other options.
Right. Lack of knowledge. Trying to tell y'all, you got to educate yourselves. You got to realize that, hell, if you feel like you could be a better president, there's options for you to go and apply to be president. Yeah. And if your theories matter to anything for real and you just ain't out here flailing around, you might actually get the support you need to be the next president. But you've got to know that what you're talking about is what it is. You can't just be lack of knowledge out here trying to be president. That ain't gonna work. No. But there are options. Like he says, it's not just two different parties. It's not just Republican and Democrat. There are more parties involved. There are more candidates involved. There are more departments that are important that go along with
before we get to the
who we
presidency,
get to for the president. Because if we pack a Democratic president on top of a whole bunch of Republican officials on the bottom, he can't do what he need to do for the party he supposed to be representing. Y'all got to look at all of that all the way on up and make sure we voting for the right thing to line up. It's like connect the color. Put the colors together. If we're going to do a blue house, let's get all the blue house. We can't get a blue house on the top and then red, blue, red, blue, red, 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 blue, blue, red, 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 blue, red. Then your house going to be mismatched the color. That ain't going to work. You wouldn't want your house painted like that. So if you're going to do it right. That's why we're talking about saying stuck on stupid. Don't think that you just go to the election and pick a bunch of names and going on about your business just to say you did what you're supposed to do. But no, you got to look at these people and what they're known for, whether their values line up with what you want. Because if these people might have been doing some this, that, and the third, you ain't ever looked to see, then when they come out later on, then y'all shocked and surprised. You should have thought about that before y'all put them in the jail.
Yeah. And I ain't trying to bash nobody. But look at the current situation. We got somebody that's the father of the crime bill that's up in that joint. And then we got somebody that was like known for locking up parents when kids were skipping school. And when you bring that up to anybody in the community, they're like, oh, but still, I'm like,
no.
Then I asked them, I said, okay, so what has happened in the past 4 years? What has happened to make anything better for you in the past 4 years? Nah. Everything done went up.
Right. So now, I want to make that analogy right there. What has changed in the past 4 years? When you look at what's changed in the last 4 to 5 years when it comes to technology and the different TVs and the cars and the all this with the clothes, the everything changing, right? But the one thing that ain't never changed for decades and centuries of time was the way we educate the youth. The classroom still look the same. A bunch of chair, whiteboard, somebody lecture. They'd add electronic board and different TV and all that in there to say they're using those tools to create the students or whatever. But the demographic, the design, the layout of a classroom has not changed for decades.
The fact that schools are set up like prisons, that should say something.
Already. With this time, all the doors shut, blang, 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 locked down. And then the children can't do nothing until the class let out.
Now, imagine, this is another thing people don't understand. You know, the school owns your kid while your kid is at school. That's the reason why you have to ask for permission to take your kid out of school.
Thank you. Now, what kind of shit that is?
So we really got to get off the stuck on stupid stuff and see exactly what's going on.
Y'all got to pay attention.
Because now they're not even really teaching them curriculums. They teaching them social stuff about the things that's going on in the community. They ain't got nothing to do with their education. What somebody's sexuality has nothing to do with 2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
Has absolutely nothing. But you're clouding the kids' minds with things that don't even matter right now. Then listen to the music. And you know they listening to the music. There's no separation when it comes down to what kids can listen to and what they can't listen to. And what they can see and what they can't see. So let's stop being stupid. Anything you want to say?
It's so much I want to say, but I didn't preach enough. I'm going to just say this. When it comes down to it, y'all, what I want everybody to realize is that you got to be able to think for yourself. Your environment should not influence the way that you think. You are in control. The way that you make your decisions will guide you towards whatever outcome may come. But you have to make wise decisions. And y'all know what they are because you feel them when they happen. Your heart flutters, you get hot, whatever happens, you start shaking, you freeze up, you tense up, you look funny in the face, all that stuff lets you know which way to steer your decision making. But for whatever reason, we stuck on stupid and think that we need to just decide a certain way because of how you want to be perceived. And I promise you that's always going to fuck you up in the end. Be you, make your choices wisely, and make sure that every choice is leading you to where you want to go, because if that ain't the direction you want to go in, why would you turn left?
All right, that's it. That's all we got. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Like we always say, if you enjoyed this episode, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Meaningful Discussions.
Perfect. All things work out so 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 perfect.
Intellectuals from different fields, masters of their respective crafts, diagnose the enigma of society as they bond, grow, and laugh through the prescription of meaningful discussion.
Oh no.
Look, mama, I'm on TV.